All right, welcome to the People of Portland and Beyond, episode 46. Today in studio, BJ Mcnaughty, also her handle on Instagram. Currently dancing at Kit Kat Show Club PDX. Anywhere else?
I travel the world dancing.
Where else have you danced?
I have traveled all over the United States, all over Canada, and Jamaica so far.
What's been your favorite so far?
Nashville.
And how long have you been doing it for?
4 years.
What did you do before you danced?
I was a bartender right before I danced. But I was a bartender at a strip club.
What's been your favorite club so far?
My favorite club?
That you've danced at or bartended at?
Oh, well, I just told you Nashville.
Okay. So you're a big music fan?
No, I just really like the club there in Nashville, and the people that come into the club are really awesome. It's a good diverse mix. There's really good money in Nashville. But I don't think you understand. I'm not a traveling stripper. I'm a feature entertainer. So clubs pay me to come to them. They pay for my travel. They pay for my hotel. I get a paycheck from the strip clubs.
Oh, nice. And you were born and raised in Portland?
I was.
And do you do most of your work in Portland, or are you just pretty much international?
Well, I live in Portland, so when I'm not traveling, I work at home because I don't like to be sitting around doing nothing. But yeah, I mean, I make most of my money traveling.
Nice.
There's better money elsewhere than in Portland, and like I said, I'm getting a paycheck in those situations. So when I'm not, then I'm just an independent contractor and a house dancer here in Portland.
Yeah. Is there any reason that you can think of that Portland has most strip clubs per capita than anywhere else?
Well, yeah, it's our laws.
The laws?
We have really liberal laws.
Okay. How are they more liberal? Like, how did that happen, do you think?
I mean, I think people came across the Oregon Trail to get away from all those laws and have their own setup and stuff, and it just worked out in multiple ways. But yeah, I mean, we're allowed to have fully nude at the clubs and liquor, which most places, if you have fully nude, there's going to be no liquor in the building. Or if there's liquor, you're going to be wearing pasties and panties.
Right. And most Portland strip clubs are full nude?
All of them are full nude.
All of them, really? I mean, there's Spice.
Yeah, Spice started off as topless only, but Spice has gone on to now it's the girl's choice.
Really? I had no idea. Okay. Interesting.
I actually worked at Spice as a bartender for 5 years, so
okay.
I have a lot of experience at Spice. I would say that's probably one of my least favorite clubs in Portland.
Why is that?
I mean, they prey on minors. They like to, my job as a bartender, I was forced to serve minors cocktails. So if that tells you anything about the place, yeah.
Okay, wow.
I'm not down with that.
Any other under the table activities going on?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm more about putting on a show. That's why I work at Kit Kat Club. I mean, and if you couldn't tell by my Instagram, I'm not a normal stripper.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
I mean, I don't think people that are listening to this or watching this are going to understand because you haven't told them yet.
Right. You are a professional naughty clown feature entertainer, and you work with balloon animals and stuff like that.
Well, I'm a clown stripper.
Yeah, you're a clown stripper. And I don't think there's too many of those in Portland or anywhere.
I mean, I'm the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, there's strippers who have dressed up as clowns before, but I'm fully committed. Like, I do it full time, 5 days a week. I go into work and be a clown stripper. And I don't just kind of put on a little bit of clown makeup. Like, I have got the full clown face and a whole routine to go with it.
Yeah, I'm going to show some people right now. So where did you traditional clown makeup, I guess you would say? When did you start working with the balloons?
I've made balloon animals since I was in high school. It's just a weird quirk I've had. And when I was bartending, I used to make the balloon animals. And so now I have figured out a way to tie them into my career.
Do you make any special balloons on stage?
I mean, I make a lot of penises and vaginas.
I was going to say, yeah.
I taught myself how to make, I mean, anyone can teach themselves how to make a penis balloon. That's pretty basic. But the vagina, I had to teach myself that. Oh, yeah. And then you just passed the Willamette Week, which starting today, Willamette Week,
Yeah.
You can go on their website and vote for me to be one of Portland's top strippers.
Uh-huh.
I'm in the top 5. Last year, I think I came in 3rd. I'd like to win this year, so I want everybody to go on there and vote for me.
Absolutely.
But yeah, they have to go to williamatweek.com and then go to the best of. And
they're still taking votes?
They just started today.
Okay.
So it's going to go for, I think, the next month, or at least till June 5th, I think.
Nice.
And yeah, you just have to put in your email, and then you can vote for best stripper under the nightlife category. And also Kit Kat Club is in there under the best strip club. So you can vote for them too.
I'll put a link in the YouTube so people can vote. And as far as some of the stuff you do with the balloons on stage?
I do a balloon swallow.
Uh-huh.
So, make that penis balloon and then I swallow it.
How far down are we talking here?
I mean, there's a video on there on my Instagram that you can find.
Okay.
That's my panty trick. I pull 25 pairs of panties out of my vagina on stage.
This is when you're in Kentucky, Lexington?
Yeah, but I do that all over.
How was it in Kentucky?
Kentucky was all right. It was Kentucky. I like the club, though. It's related. It's a Deja Vu. Deja Vu have chains. It's a chain, so they have them everywhere.
Okay.
And I go to a lot of Deja Vus. They own Barely Legal and Hustler also.
Nice.
But yeah, so I like those clubs. Kentucky, I could have lived without.
So, and you're also doing Florida, Vegas.
Yeah, I'm going to Tampa in July. We have the Exotica Expo coming here to Portland. That's Exotica with 3 X's.
Yeah.
It's the first time it's coming to Portland. Normally it's in Chicago and Miami, and then they try new cities all the time. So Portland, June 7th, 8th, and 9th at the Portland Expo Center. I will be performing on their main stage all 3 days. And I also have a booth where you can come and have a photo taken with me and buy some merchandise.
The Exotica Expo. Is there also weed paraphernalia there?
At the Exotica Expo?
Yeah.
I mean, it's Portland, so I'm going to guess that vendors and weed dispensaries are buying booths there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've never been to one before, so this is my first opportunity to try it out since they're coming to my home city.
Nice.
But I'm down with the weed, so yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah, you're going to Fargo. I was there. That's pretty cool.
I've been to Fargo before.
It's pretty out of the way, but it's an interesting place to visit. It's like weird, cold, far out of the way, but yeah.
I mean, it shouldn't be like cold and snowing when I'm there. It's a little early in the year.
October, yeah.
October is my busiest travel time of the year, so like that's not even. I'll be booked up every single weekend in October. That's how they're for Halloween.
Yeah.
It just depends. I mean, right now I haven't had any bookings out of town for the last few months, but I've been at home just kind of regrouping and rebranding.
Yeah.
So I've been okay with that.
Where do you get most of your bookings from?
I have booking agents.
Nice.
I have several.
What would you give to any upcoming people that want to be a feature entertainer? What tips would you give them?
I mean, it really does start with really good photos initially. And you have to remember that you're sending out photos to club owners, so you have to stand out.
You want a professional appearance. You want good headshots.
I mean, you want the pictures to look great, but you also don't want them to be over photoshopped, because if you're not the girl who's going to show up, they don't want you.
Yeah.
Have a shtick to stand out what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I was new, and I'd never been a dancer before, so it wasn't going to be amazing on the pole or doing aerial stuff right off the bat. So
So you're saying a stripper's clown travel schedule make dating difficult?
Yeah, it was on Jerry Springer. That's what I talked to Jerry about.
Nice.
My dating life. It's difficult as a clown. Or as a stripper in general. But you make it a stripper clown, it's like double hard.
I didn't even know Jerry Springer was still doing it.
It was his last season.
That's awesome.
I know. Bucket list item.
Did you used to watch his show?
Oh my God. I used to skip classes in college and we'd all watch his show back when they were like fighting each other with chairs.
And then one day they were like, they're not going to show the fights anymore. And you're like, what the heck? That's like the best part of the show. Why would you not show the fight?
But Jerry Springer told me he liked my shtick. And I was like, that's funny.
That is cool.
I'm always like, is my shtick showing again? I gotta put that away.
Okay.
This is why, as I kind of in the last year have been traveling with her, and we needed to break it off and separate ourselves from each other. Yeah, definitely. How's it been? Better going solo. Do you have any tattoos? I have 7 tattoos. Any you regret it all? No, I like them all.
Mm.
It's funny because I just got a giant tattoo and everybody thinks this is my new first tattoo. And I'm like, no, it's my 7th tattoo. It's just now you're noticing them. Previously, they've always been hidden.
Right. So what's the latest tattoo?
It says Hug Life. I'll show you. I have my bodysuit. It's awkward, but yeah. Hug Life on my chest.
Nice.
Or my stomach, I should say.
What inspired that?
Tupac inspired it, I suppose, initially, but I'm not about that thug life. I'm about that hug life. But yeah, anytime you see me as a clown, I'm usually handing out stickers to say I hugged a clown today. And with those stickers comes a hug.
Nice.
I'm wearing a free hug shirt or something like that. So I'm all about that hug life.
Are you into cuddling?
I like cuddling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's got to be the right person, though. Okay. Some people I don't want to cuddle. I cuddle with my cat daily.
My cat is a great cuddler.
My cat insists on being the little spoon, though. And if I roll over, she yells at me. And then she jumps on the other side.
She won't big spoon you?
She will never big spoon me. She's so rude.
I can't believe it. What is she afraid of?
But yeah, in between the hug life on either side of my chest here, I've got a fuck you, pay me.
Yeah.
And cunt. So I've got a little contradiction messages going on,
Yeah, definitely.
And then my vagina says abandon all hope, ye who enter here, but in Latin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That one I got long before I was a stripper, and it makes a great conversation starter at the club.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'd say so. Do you play video games at all?
No, I've never been a video game player. I get kind of bored with them really fast.
Yeah. TV at all?
I watch a lot of reality TV. I'm a reality TV junkie. Like, the worse it is, the more I like it.
What are you watching now?
I like this show called Love After Lockup.
Okay.
Or like 90 Day Fiance. Okay. Married at First Sight. Yeah,
haven't heard any of them.
Real quality television.
What about Naked and Afraid?
I like Naked and Afraid. And then I like the show Dating Naked. And then in my head, I create whole new shows like Dating Naked and Afraid.
Yeah.
That should be a thing.
Yeah, it should. There was a show called Buying Naked.
Buying Naked?
Yeah. And it involved a real estate agent that just sold homes to nudist people, I guess. And that was sold homes to people in the nudist resorts and stuff like that. So it was like actual communities that were already nudists. But sometimes she would show the houses to people that weren't nudists. They'd be all shocked. It was a really good show.
Sounds like my kind of television.
Yeah.
To be honest. Yeah.
And then there's Naked and Afraid XL, which is
that for fat people?
No, that one was.
I'd watch that.
As opposed to the normal Naked and Afraid, it's like basically what it is a group of people, and it's like a group setting.
Okay.
So it's a lot different. It's like it could be like 40 people or something.
I'm obsessed with the television show My 600-Pound Life.
What is that about?
It's about people who weigh like 600 pounds or more. And there's this one doctor in the country that will perform surgeries on them. And it's like they've never seen the show before because they're always shocked that he makes them lose weight before he'll do the surgery on them.
Yeah.
And they never want to do it. Right. And they have all the excuses. And I don't know, but I'll be doing surgery on these people and I'll be sitting there eating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So just grosses
me out.
Liposuction on them?
It's not liposuction. They're like literally cutting off chunks of these people. Like, big ass mounds of skin and fat, but also they're like cutting off they're doing gastric bypass surgery or they're putting a gastric sleeve on them.
That's interesting. Yeah. I think I would watch that because it's like something that I'm never exposed to.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued by what the human body can do both ways, and that's whether you're going to an extreme of like muscular and athletic abilities or stretching it out and becoming 700 pounds. That for some reason has always intrigued me.
That intrigues me because I can't gain weight like that. And I'm like, how do you even eat that much?
Oh, I watched another show called Extreme Love, and this is how you get like this.
Yeah.
There was this woman, and she was trying to get to 1,000 pounds, and she had, first off, they always have feeders, because all these people have boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives. I'm single, meanwhile. But they have feeders. So this lady was trying to get to 1,000 pounds, and her boyfriend made her a special milkshake every day, and it was like ice cream, Pop-Tarts, and butter.
Yeah.
And he would blend it, and then he would put it in a big giant funnel, and he would funnel it into her mouth.
Wow.
Funneling.
That's what I have to do.
You have to start funneling.
Because, my mouth in my like digestive system will just reject it. But if I funnel it, it kind of forces it in there.
You can also try anal funneling. Apparently that's a thing.
That's yeah. I mean, you don't have to
both
taste
directions.
anything. Then yeah, there you go.
You just need to find yourself a feeder.
You can digest through that reverse.
No, I don't think so. I think the way you funnel things like alcohol, and that's extremely dangerous.
Yeah, I would say so.
But I was after watching this episode of Extreme Love, I like to talk about things I just watched on television to customers, and so I kept talking to customers about funneling. And touche, these guys were like, anal funneling? And I was like, I didn't know anything about this. So they educated me a little back.
Nice. What's the worst job that you've ever had?
Oh my God. I don't know. I'm really picky about jobs and always have been. Like food service, not my thing. So there used to be this place in Portland called Farrell's, or the Portland Ice Cream Factory Company. Yeah. And like when you were a teenager, you would go there after school dances, and you would go there like after basketball games. And if it was your birthday, everybody went to Farrell's.
Yeah.
So I got a job there once when I was probably like 16. And it was over 100 degrees. And they made you wear these funny, like old fashioned uniforms, and you had to wear pantyhose. I hate pantyhose. But yeah, I worked there for 3 days. And then the day 4, I came in late with my uniform all folded up and handed it to the manager. And he was like, we knew you weren't going to last. Yeah. Like they took bets on me or something. Food service, it's not my thing.
Yeah, I was a waiter and I quit one day. Really bad customers were like pissed that the butter wasn't melted enough. And I like did everything else right, and I knew I wasn't getting a tip. So I like walked through the kitchen doors and I was scream like fuck you, like really loud. I couldn't even help it because I just knew I wasn't getting the tip, and I wasted an hour of my life, and I wasn't getting good tips that day. So like I just like started getting all my stuff up because I knew the manager heard me, and I knew the customers probably heard me. I was like, all right, I'll see you later. I like knew it was over at that moment pretty much.
I mean, my last job before becoming a stripper was bartending at Spice, and something had happened where the owners they're really like abusive in how they speak to their dancers and their employees. And I'm not in an abusive relationship with my job. Like you can speak to other people like that, but when you pull me into an office and you're screaming at me and you're speaking very disrespectfully, and it's not even about the job, now you're talking about personal stuff. Yeah, I quit in that moment. I was like, oh, fuck this. You're not going to talk to me like that. Like, I know you talk to your wife like that, but you're not going to talk to me like that. And when I pointed that out and quit, then he became 10 times more nasty. I was a cunt and a hoe and all these things. And it was like, oh, I made the right decision in quitting. I had already planned on doing the stripper clown thing. Yeah. But I needed that like push out the door, like to quit my job and just go full on into it. So I was unemployed for like 2 weeks, and I had a lot of money in the bank at the time. So I did not care. Yeah. But I was bored. And so I decided, all right, this is my time. I'm going to become a clown stripper. And everyone thought I lost my mind. And here I am laughing back at them because it's going really well.
That's awesome. It's like when I worked at Applebee's and they did the same thing to me. They got me into a room and they're just like telling me I'm not doing my job right. And actually it was their fault because they wanted me to do not only dishes, but to also do prep work, which is 2 jobs, and it was like impossible to do both of those jobs. So I was like, I came up with an elaborate plan, like, and then like an hour later, I had gotten my car idling basically, and I left the keys in the car, and then I got on the loudspeaker, and I was like, attention everybody, I hate this job, it fucking sucks, and I quit. And like, I didn't go into the front part. The customers, that had nothing to do with my business. I did it into the kitchen part. So every employee, every manager heard me. And then after that, I was like story of legend after basically. Like my brother worked there. So like your brother's a badass, man. You quit like that. And then the managers had to do dishes, I heard later. So that was
that's the worst. The managers have to do the dishes.
Yeah. I really shoved it to them, man. So that was the greatest quitting moment of mine right there. What's the most you made in like one night, would you say?
Kit Kat, we don't make the money that a lot of girls make at other clubs because a lot of clubs are based on their VIP rooms and they take credit cards and they're all about the hustle. Yeah. And Kit Kat is not a hustle club. Nice. It is actually a performance-based club. So we do lap dances there, and we will offer you one, but we're not going to keep bugging you and bugging you and bugging you about it and dragging you back there, and we don't take your credit cards. So I've made over $1,000 there, but it's a rare occasion that has happened, because generally girls don't make that kind of money there. And I used to do dances after I bartended at Spice, and I made like $1,400 doing that after work one night. That was really awesome.
Wow, yeah. That's great. So if you go to Kit Kat, just enjoy the performance. Don't expect to be upsold and all that.
Well, you're going to expect it. It's going to happen at every strip club, but we're not going to hound you. Like when I worked at Casa Diablo, literally I would see girls grabbing guys by the hand and dragging them back there. Like, I will not take no for an answer. And when I worked there, I felt like a sheep amongst wolves because I'm just not a hustler. Like, I will talk. My hustle is the non-hustle.
Yeah.
I'll let you know I do the lap dances, but I'm not going to like beg you to do them.
Yeah.
This is not my style.
Yeah. Have you given any lap dances to celebrities?
I have. I gave lap dances to Kevin Love, basketball player. Mm-hmm. I was not a clown, but I gave a dance to Chris Jericho, the wrestler, and I was a clown.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I didn't even know it was him. He was so tiny. I expect a wrestler to be big. They look all giant on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was a tiny little man.
Nice. And what's the least that you've ever made in one night?
Oh, you can walk away from the club with zero, no problem.
Really?
I mean, and then there's some places where you pay a bunch of money to work, so you could technically leave like negative. That's never happened to me, luckily.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've definitely left with $0 because you might make a couple dollars and then just tip them out to everybody or have to pay a stage fee.
Okay. Do you have to get like a license or anything in Portland?
Not in Portland,
okay.
But I'm licensed currently to dance in Las Vegas, San Diego, and Nashville. All places you have to have a license.
So yeah, you could strip anywhere in the United States right now, is what you're saying.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's
I mean,
cool.
There's other places I don't have licenses at, but generally, if I'm featuring at a club, the club pays for my licensing. Which, like in San Diego, was $500 for a license. It's expensive.
Do you ever strip at places that are not strip clubs?
I mean, I've performed at Dante's, which is not a strip club.
Yeah.
But no, generally, I mean, I've done a few burlesque shows. I'm not really a burlesquer, and this is why. What I do is ultimately burlesque. But there's no money in burlesque. There's money in strip clubs. And I knew that going into this. So this is why I'm very branded as a stripper clown. And because that's where the money is at.
Okay. Have you done a show at Dante? I mean, the Sunday night show at Dante's?
I have.
Very cool.
Yeah. I don't do it often, but I've done it.
When's the last time you've done one of those?
They were filming an episode of Viceland there, and my boss I was working over at Kit Kat, and he made sure I got added onto the show just so I would get filmed. Okay.
And the clown, the whole thing?
Yeah.
Nice. What kind of theme was going on that night?
No, there was no particular theme that I know of, but they just wanted Viceland had specifically asked for the clown stripper.
Okay. Have you done any other work for TV shows or movies?
I mean, no, I've just done the Jerry Springer so far. Yeah. I have a goal. I really, really, really want to get on Howard Stern.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think you can get on now.
Yeah.
For sure. Is there any strippers that hate men?
Oh, there's lots of strippers who hate men.
Really?
Yeah.
Can't believe that.
No, there's totally strippers that hate men. And what I don't understand is the strippers who like talk so derogatorily about customers. Yeah. Because it's like you can't have that attitude towards them because you're never going to make any money off of them.
Yeah, you
just hate them and they can tell.
Yeah, I agree. Like,
I like my job. I like meeting people. And yeah, you're going to meet an asshole from time to time and you're going to get tired of people after a while. But generally, I like it. And a lot of the interactions, even when they're negative interactions, are funny. You can tell a story off of it later or just crack a joke about it because it's ultimately just funny. Yeah.
Have you ever had guys asking you out at the strip club?
Oh, all the time.
So what are some funny ways that they've asked you out?
Well, I mean, I think it's funny that you're propositioning a clown. What's wrong with you? Seriously, what's wrong with you? Why do you want to date a clown or fuck a clown? I don't get it. And then the guys who proposition you, like solicit you, you're like, I'm not that kind of clown. And if I was, that sounds like that would cost extra. Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a guy one night ask me, this was the best way I've ever been asked if I was a hooker. He was like, you wouldn't be a lady of the night, perhaps, are you? And I'm like, ooh, like he either just asked me if I'm a prostitute or if I'm a vampire.
Right.
Lady of the night. Who talks like that?
I was going to say, is he Tyrion Lannister from Game of Thrones? Do you plan to retire at a certain age?
I mean, I'm probably past that age that most people would consider you should be retiring as a stripper, but I started past that age. I started kind of late in life. I started dancing at 37. I'm 41. I don't really share that. I tell customers all the time, but that's not something I put out on the internet very often because this is not only a sexist world, but it's an ageist world, and especially in the stripper world. Like 41 in the stripping world is like being 80. Right. But I don't look it. And so as long as I can get away with it. But I have a 5-year plan. I plan on doing this the next 5 years and then moving on.
Have you danced at Mary's Club yet?
No, I have not. My mom danced at Mary's Club, though.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very old club, right? Mm-hmm. How long has it been around?
It's been there since the 50s. It's Portland's oldest strip club.
Yeah, it's definitely the most classic.
I mean, the woman who owns it, it was originally owned by her dad and uncle.
Okay. So it stays in the family. I like that.
And her daughters and granddaughters work there. It's definitely a family-run business. The woman who owns it's in there waitressing herself several nights a week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been there lately?
I go from time to time. I haven't been there in the last month or two. I like to take random dates there.
Yeah. Where do you like to go on a date when you go out?
I mean, I love strip bars. I mean, I always have. Before I ever was a stripper, I worked at Exotic Magazine for a long time, and that was my job, was going to strip clubs, sometimes cover Girl Scouting or just to go talk to them about their ad. But yeah, I like strip clubs.
What are some cues that you can get when the guy is at a strip club on a date, like that they'll do that you will like or that you will not like?
I mean, I guess it depends on how they're behaving with the other dancers, interacting.
Okay.
Like and how they behave, not how the dancers are going to behave, because the dancers are going to behave how the dancers are going to behave. It's their job to come up and flirt with the guy and try to solicit him for dances.
You're just going to see how he responds.
But how he responds, because I was at a strip club recently with some friends, and I was there with a guy, and other girls they knew him. Yeah. And they kept coming up and like leaning all over him and just being a little extra. And it was like, am I not sitting right here? Like they're just discrediting the fact that I was there, or that they didn't think I was on a date with the guy, or I don't know. But their behavior was a little wrong. But the way he reacted was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he asked one of the girls about her boyfriend. And
nice. Do you like to go out to eat in Portland at certain restaurants?
I do. I have a lot of food restrictions. Like I don't eat gluten.
Okay.
I'm not vegan. I eat a ton of meat. But yeah, I am gluten-free, and I don't eat potatoes, and I don't eat tomatoes, and I don't eat dairy very often. So yeah, I'm picky about where I go and eat.
Why not potatoes or tomatoes?
I'm allergic to potatoes.
Okay.
And tomatoes just really bother my stomach. Yeah. A lot of things that just really bother me.
What are some of your favorite foods to eat?
I really like teote. We ate there last night, which is an Argentinian restaurant in Portland, but it's 100% gluten-free, so I don't even have to like ask or worry about it.
Yeah.
And I'm a big smoothie addict. You can see I'm drinking a smoothie now.
Yeah, what kind of smoothie?
This one's called a Green Dream, and I got it at, I don't know if it's Blooming Lotus or Blossoming Lotus. It's some vegan raw place by my house. But,
yeah.
I really like the smoothies at Laughing Planet and Cure. I'm always going to Cure.
What recipes do you like to make at home?
I love to do a smoothie that has spinach, kale, parsley, lemon, apple juice.
Nice.
I feel like there's something else in that I'm missing, but yeah, that's a
big
one
I do. You like to experiment with your own stuff, I guess? I'm less experimental. I'll like take my favorite ones from the store, from the smoothie places, and remake them, or maybe combine two that I really like. Anything else that you've gone out to a restaurant, you're like, I want to try to make that at home?
Oh yeah, I do that all the time.
Such as?
Like I tried to make hummus once. It was not good. Not good at all.
I want to make sushi one day.
I've made sushi before.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you do it?
I mean, you just have to make the rice, but you have to add something to the rice to make it stickier, like a vinegar to it.
Okay, yeah, I heard that.
And then you got to have like the sushi mat so that you can roll it all up. But then it's just a matter of just laying out, like chopping a lot of things.
It's not like on The Simpsons where the blowfish, you have to cut it or else you'll be poisoned and die.
Well, just don't get blowfish.
I know, that's what I was thinking. I'm seriously still afraid since that Simpsons episode, though.
Yeah, no, I don't eat a lot of sushi. I like sushi, but a lot of sushi has hidden gluten.
Okay.
So you have to really watch out for that. And if if I go into a place and they can't tell me if it has gluten in it or not, I can't eat there because I get really sick if I eat gluten.
Do you eat at home more often because you're afraid like they might put something weird in there?
I would say yes and no. I'm like 50-50. I eat out a lot because I'm single and it's just easier and convenient and I'm constantly on the go.
Yeah.
But being on the road is really hard because going to places like Kentucky and being gluten-free is almost impossible because they don't even know what gluten is. Like in Portland, we're really lucky. We've got a lot of restaurants that just have menus clearly labeled. But yeah, you go other places. So I travel with a ton of snacks and food in my bags just in case I can't find things.
So if you're going to Kentucky, you just have when I
go through airport security, they're like laughing because some airports make you pull out your food. And I've got like cans of sardines and chicken breast and packs of tuna. And
the Kentucky airport's like, what's going on here?
You're like, girls gotta eat.
You guys have nothing for me, so. Yeah. So
that's one reason why I love Portland is eating is so easy.
Mm-hmm. It's a good food town. Where do you get most of your dates from?
I mean, I don't even go on dates very much anymore. I used to date quite a bit when I worked at a club as a bartender, and I'd pick up dates at the club quite a bit. But I hung out at that club before I was a bartender, and I would be like, I'm here all the time. I should probably get paid to be here. That's what led me to actually working there because I was just hanging out as a customer. But yeah, no, since I became a clown, I've been really focused on my career.
Yeah.
And so I've been less focused on dating, and I've been kind of focused on my health too. So I don't know, recently I'm been a little bit more like, maybe I'm ready to do that again. But
do you think you're happier or less happier when you're in like a more of a romantic love state?
No, I'm probably my happiest and least anxious when I have nothing going on.
Right.
I don't have to worry about it. I'm not even thinking about it.
Yeah, I can see that. When I have a girlfriend, like I'm worried a lot about them and how I'm going to screw things up or whatever.
Or I don't know. I just get anxiety.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I don't worry about it at all when I'm single.
I agree with that 100%. Does your family know that you're doing this?
Yes. They all know.
And they're cool with everything?
Yeah, my mom's really supportive, but my mom was a dancer. But she helps me make my costumes. She cat sits while I'm on the road.
Nice.
Makes it possible for me to do it. And I know my dad knows what I do, and I know he's proud, but I don't really have a good relationship with my dad, so I don't really talk to him a whole lot. But he doesn't have a problem with it.
Does the cat have a problem with it?
Oh, the cat loves it.
She does? She's
because I've always got things around the house that like she can play with. Like, look at that feather boa. Or look at there's some.
Did she ever mess around with pop a balloon or something?
No, we did have it. We had a tragic balloon accident in my house, though. Really? I was pumping up a animal balloon with the, I'll show you, but with the bicycle pump, and it went flying across the room and landed next to the cat, and the cat went flying in the air, and she landed on the metal and glass coffee table, and it was covered in rhinestones.
Yeah.
Thousands of rhinestones went flying everywhere.
Damn.
But yeah, balloons. Cat's not so big on them.
Okay.
What
else is my cat likes? Cats are supposed to hate cucumbers, but my cat loves.
Your cat's just chilling in that box over there right now. But it made my cat just jump flying in the air, and then all these rhinestones went flying in the air.
Yeah.
I'm getting really good at the balloon animals. Like, I can make the vagina behind my back on stage, but now I'm learning how to do it on the pole.
Yeah.
Like, I'm combining the pole and the balloon animals.
The
goal is to be able to hang upside down and make one. Not there yet.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, we'll get there.
When you're doing the balloons inside your mouth, do you have to put some kind of lotion on it or something?
No, saliva.
Oh, yeah. But still, I could see how it... All right. Yeah, there you go. I was wondering how you make that.
Super quick and easy. For you.
Thanks. That's pretty sweet. Did they pop a lot at first when you started making them?
No. Because the thing about the twisting is that you know to leave... I mean, they pop once in a while on stage, but they don't like humidity. So certain cities I'm in, they pop way more than other places. And people think like, oh, she doesn't know what she's doing. And I'm like, it has nothing to do with me. Balloons, they're finicky.
I thought they'd be worse in a colder weather.
No, they're way worse in the humidity because it's like you stick to them like sweaty and it doesn't want to go. And one thing I learned right away was that pole grip, which helps you stick to the pole.
Yeah.
And balloon making do not mix at all. Like it made so much noise and they would just pop. And yeah, it's so learning curve.
Yeah. What kind of music do you choose for your act?
I like hip hop more than anything. I tend to pick clowny sounding hip hop though. I like a lot of Missy Elliott. Stuff that's kind of like Yin Yang Twins. Stuff that's kind of silly.
Okay.
But it has a good beat.
Nice.
But speaking of silly, one of my favorite songs to dance to as a clown is Get Silly by VIC, which is just it's gangster sounding, but yet silly as possible.
Okay.
I like one of my favorites is Super Freak by Rick James.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Lowrider, ever use that?
No, I've not. And then I go with like topics of what my feature sets are, because not only am I clown, but then I do really weird feature sets. So sometimes I'm a hot dog.
Yeah.
I'm a clown, but I'm a hot dog. And I'm a clown versus a chicken. Or yeah, I get creative.
Yeah. And you only do stuff, I guess, on stage, right? No like webcam things like that.
No, not yet.
Okay, but you're thinking about maybe.
I've been thinking about it. I went to AVN, which is owned by My Free Cams, and they're actually the ones who own this Exotica Expo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I've thought about venturing into the camming world. I just have never done it. I always ask girls though, like, do you have to bang yourself on camera? Because I don't think I'm ready to do that yet. And they're like, no, you can just do other things. And I'm like, can I just be weird and do clowny things?
Yeah, there's like lots of categories and niches you could do, I guess, for sure. There's no
problem with me is that I don't like working when I'm not at work. Like I'm really bad about my social media because of that. Because I just rather be living life and doing the things that are right in front of me.
Yeah.
Just kind of not working. But
yeah.
You're trying to be you're trying to be public though, right? So you have to put yourself out there more. And I should do it more.
Yeah, I hear you on that. What do you like to do for fun around Portland?
I smoke a lot of weed and stay at home, watch TV because it keeps me good. Because when I'm not doing that, I'm out drinking and being bad.
Yeah.
But no, I like to go to shows. Like this weekend, there's a big vaudeville festival at Dante's.
Okay.
So it's going to be a bunch of kind of clowny acts, circusy acts. They're going to have a whole night of fire. I'm not really into the fire shows, but yeah, I'm going to go check that out one of the nights, I think.
Cool.
But I'll be at Kit Kat on Saturday, so I won't be able to see it on Saturday.
Okay. What's the last concert you've seen?
Let's see. I went to DMX a couple weeks ago.
Nice.
In Roseland.
Sweet.
It was the whitest hip hop concert I've ever been to in my life. My friend leaned over to me at like 20 minutes in and goes, "Have you noticed there's no black people here?" And I was like, well, that sounds like Portland, but still. And then DMX, everybody in the room was singing along to the lyrics, which was really awkward because there's a lot of the N-word in DMX lyrics. Yeah. And there was a lot of that being said in a room full of white people. We were like, what's happening right now?
Yeah, I don't know.
Portland.
He was on the show Fresh Off the Boat not too long ago.
Was he? I like that show. I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, it's a good show for sure. Yeah. Have you seen Infinity War Endgame yet?
I did.
What'd you think of it?
I liked it, but it was really long.
Yeah.
I know. I went with a group of people. Someone had invited this group of people, and then they showed up late, like 20 minutes late. So we missed the beginning of the movie, which I don't even care. I'm not one of those people like, you have to see the preview.
Yeah.
But a few minutes in sitting down, they bust out boxes of Popeyes. And I'm like, you guys were late because you stopped to get Popeyes? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fat kids.
Have you ever smoked cigarettes?
I tried it for 2 weeks in college. I couldn't do it.
Same here.
I gave it a good college try.
Do you ever not like the smell when like customers
I can't stand cigarette smoke. Like I have asthma and it makes me really sick. Like if I'm in a car and someone lights up a cigarette, I'm probably getting out of that car.
What do you do if like you have to give a lap dance and the guy smells like cigarettes?
It's horrible. I try to breathe out a lot.
Okay.
Because that happened just the other day.
Yeah, I do that when I walk by someone that's smoking a cigarette. I'll make sure to be exhaling the whole time. Like I time it out. You do that?
Do a lot of like.
Yeah.
Then a lot of clubs around the country still have smoking in them. Like all the clubs in the South still have smoking.
Oh, that sucks.
Sometimes it sets off like my eyes won't quit watering. I've had to go outside and be like, I have to get my breath. And then the worst is all of your costuming smells like cigarettes afterwards. And a lot of my costumes, you can't just wash. Like you have to air them out. Put them in the shower, let them steam out.
Yeah, that sucks. I remember when I was a musician in New York, it was like the 90s. They were just starting to put the no smoking in the bars. But I remember like there was a couple of bars that were just terrible.
Yeah, no, and then a lot of the clubs that now the new rule, they can't smoke in the club. They still let the staff and the girls smoke in the dressing rooms.
Really?
Oh, it's like this little tiny room just filled with smoke. It's so gross.
I
can't do it.
Have you ever danced in LA?
No.
I was gonna say there's a place that would be perfect for you.
Is it Jumbo's Clown Room?
I was gonna say, yeah.
I've been there. My favorite
Nice.
sweatshirt's a Jumbo's Clown Room sweatshirt.
What was that?
Jumbo's Clown Room is my favorite sweatshirt.
Nice.
Yeah, they don't do traveling entertainers though, and I'm not moving to LA.
Yeah. I think Slash from Guns N' Roses visited at one point.
I've been there. It's just a bikini bar. It's really tiny.
Yeah.
It's what Kit Kat kind of molded itself off to be, but
Really?
it's way better and more advanced. Yeah.
Okay. I remember I saw a dancer like hit her heel on the ceiling, and then we saw a crack, but we couldn't. I was like, did she crack that just now, or was that there already?
She cracked the ceiling.
Yeah, probably. What's the craziest thing you've ever seen go down at a strip club?
I was judging a vagina beauty pageant.
Yeah.
I've judged several vagina beauty pageants, and this girl was even a friend of mine at the time, but she's a comedian, and it started off funny. Like, she had this routine where she puts roast beef in her panties and like has it hanging out, and then she let the judges eat the roast beef dangling from her panties. And so then she made it to round 2, and round 2 involved a lot of squirting and fisting at the strip club. I don't want to see that. It was really gross.
Yeah.
It was everywhere.
That was the first time that you ever seen penetration at a strip club?
No, because I worked at Casa Diablo. So like I've seen penetration at a strip club, but there's a big difference between penetration and full on fisting and squirting everywhere. Like it was wet. It was gross.
What would go on at Casa Diablo?
Casa Diablo, the girls are allowed to have girl on girl shows and toy shows on stage or in the VIP.
Really?
Yeah. I never did that, but it helped me become a more entertaining clown, because if you follow a girl on stage who just pulled 6 toys out of her box and you're not going to pull 6 toys out of your box, then they were like, what are you going to do? You figure out how to entertain them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Were you ever in a situation where there's like live sex going on or something?
I mean, I went to Hedonism last year in Jamaica, and Hedonism is a sex resort. So it's like a nudist resort / sex resort. And there's people fucking everywhere. Like people you don't even want to see fucking. But I learned something about myself. I will watch anybody fuck.
Really?
Yeah, apparently.
So you're an exhibitionist? Or?
No, I'm a voyeur.
Voyeur, yeah. That's the opposite.
I don't want people watching me fuck. Well, because they were gross people. But yeah, I watched them all fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Are you going?
I'm going again in August.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Do fans ever get to?
Well, it's open to anybody, so I'm inviting all my fans to come. I'm going for 2 weekends in Jamaica, and they can just book their trip at that same time, and they get to party with me and a whole bunch of other hot strippers from around the world.
Yeah. Do you think that a lot of the strippers lose inhibitions? And
no, most of the strippers were super prude. Like there was a nude side and a prude side, and like you could be naked anywhere, you could have sex anywhere except for the food areas. But if you were on the prude side, you could be naked and have sex. But if you were on the nude side, you had to be naked. Like someone would come up to you and be like, "You have to take your clothes off."
That's awesome.
Yeah, really
I don't know. It's like
I spent almost the whole time on the nude side, and most of the other strippers spent most of the time on the prude side, which is funny.
Yeah. I like the idea of someone coming up to you and being like, "You're not naked. You got to leave." Like,
no, it's in the first. They give you a couple minutes. So you have like a 5-minute window, and they only send someone of the same sex. So they have monitors around of both sexes.
That's awesome.
And it would be the same lady all the time, and she'd come up in her Jamaican accent. She'd be like, "You must get naked." And so I called her the vagina inspector.
Yeah.
By the end of the week, she was just so annoyed with me. I'm sure she's like, "I am here to inspect your vagina."
That's awesome. And as far as that goes, is there guys walking around with erections and stuff? Like,
I mean, I didn't say a lot of that, but there's people fucking you're in a pool with like 200 people in the middle of the day, and there's this people fucking in the middle of the pool. You're walking by, you're like, "Hey, what's up? Hey, how are you?" Like some 60-something-year-old couple banging it out in the middle of the pool. Not what you actually want to see. But yeah, there's people fucking everywhere in the pool. Yeah. And you cannot be a germaphobe, because I am totally a germaphobe if I think about it, but I can turn that off because someone tried to point out all the scum that was floating on top of the hot tub one night. And I was like, please, let's just ignore it like the rest of us. Like, you cannot think about that or you will not touch anything.
Yeah, because then how are you going to eat and stuff?
Yeah, no, you just you'll never leave your room.
Yeah, exactly. Was there like specialized events in hedonism with like food and sex and things like that?
There was like classes you could take where you could go, and there was one where there was like involved blindfolds and food.
Okay.
Yeah, but you had to be like part of a couple to attend these events. And I mean, you could be two girls, or you could go join another couple. But you couldn't just be a single person, just like land like, hey, I'm just here to watch.
Yeah, was there like a massage one and stuff?
Well, there was one that we missed that we were like, how did we miss that? Because we made fun of these classes at first, and then we were like, okay, I guess we should have went, because we heard that they were like teaching women how to stimulate their partner's prostates.
Okay.
So we were like, there was anal fisting going on and we missed it.
That one's partner only though.
Yeah, I think they were all like partner.
That doesn't seem fair. Like, what if you find a partner while you're there or something?
Well, then if he's down with letting you,
because you got to do it before the event starts. Then
you can meet someone there. Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of single men that you could be like, hey, want to be my partner for this class? They probably love it.
Yeah, the women asking the guy, they're probably like, yep, sure. I don't know why women are less shy, because a lot of guys would be like, yes, if you just come up to them and ask them. I don't know.
Yeah, no. And I remember when, like, I was there with several girls. So there was a couple girls that I was with the whole time. And then they all left like a day earlier than me. So there was one afternoon where I was wandering around by myself. And I was like, I don't like this as much.
Right? Yeah, I could see that.
It's like all of the creepers' moment to make their move.
That's something that happens at Savvy Island in Portland. Like,
right? You can't go pack for safety.
If you're going to be a single female, look down for 1 second, look up, look down 1 second. There's maybe one guy next to you. Look up, 3 guys are next to you. Look down again, 5 guys are next to you, all camped out next to your blanket.
That's why you should not be there alone.
Exactly.
Too much.
Bring one friend at least, I'd say.
Yeah, just for safety.
Yeah, what do you think about the fact that they don't let you drink alcohol there anymore now?
Well, why can't you just put it in like a water bottle like an adult and pretend that it's not alcohol?
Yeah.
It's like coffee. That's how we do it when you go to the mall.
That's how it was before weed was...
I mean, that's how all the soccer moms are doing it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's just like when you float down the river, you're not supposed to have alcohol either. But who doesn't have alcohol when they float down the river?
Right. And as far as weed, are you more into green weed or dabbing oils?
I'm super into flower. I smoke a vape pen when I'm at work, basically.
Yeah.
I sneak in the bathroom and do it.
And you have like a dab rig at home?
No, I don't even have a dab rig. I just have a bong. I'm such a flower smoker.
Nice.
And I like edibles. I'm super into edibles when I work.
Okay. What kind of edibles?
Well, I have a medical card, so I get the really strong edibles. I can buy up to 100 milligrams versus the 50 if you only have recreational. And I generally take 50 to 75 milligrams at least every shift I work. It just helps my body like be not stiff.
Yeah, I agree with that. Do you ever take CBD oil?
It doesn't really do anything for me.
Mm.
We sell CBD soda at the club, though. I don't think it does anything either, but I don't really drink when I work, so I like to order something when people offer to buy me something. So I get the CBD soda.
I would probably want the CBD soda, but I agree that like it wouldn't really work, especially like the commercial dispensary edible type stuff. Like I'd take the straight CBD oil and then I'd feel something. But the soda is so watered down. It's like 0.25 milligrams.
No, and the sodas are real high in sugar.
Yeah,
I don't really drink soda. I'm a kombucha addict. That's my normal. Water and kombucha are my normal beverages.
Any brands you go to?
I really like the GTS.
Okay.
The Cayenne is my favorite.
Have you ever had kombucha at Everett Healing Center House or whatever?
Uh-uh.
That's a good co-ed sauna hot tub place.
But I do like that Casa Diablo and Mary's Club both sell kombucha.
Nice.
Yeah, that should be an option at all the strip clubs.
Then Kit Kat Club also sells these sugary waffles right out of their window.
They don't anymore.
Okay.
It's now a sandwich window. But yeah, Sadie,
window.
Pink and Black Waffle Shack. So she now does like a bunch of catering and she makes pickles. But yeah, she had a food cart and then she moved into the window.
I'm glad to hear that it's a sandwich place. That's awesome.
It smelled better though when it was the waffles because it always smelled sweet and like bacon.
It looked
and men
cool.
love that shit. So for dancers, men loved it in there. Now it always smells like onions. Like that's not, you're like, is it me? on stage. I'm like, no, it's the sandwiches. But the alternative, they asked us, they go, what would you rather have, sandwiches or sushi?
Yeah.
You don't want sushi at the strip club. That's
No.
going to smell all sorts
There's
of
been
wrong.
a complaint I've heard. You don't want fish at a strip
Yeah,
club.
because Spice does steak and lobster every Friday.
Yeah.
And it smells in there really bad every Friday.
That's like a $10 deal, right? I remember seeing
No,
that.
it tastes fine, but people like, I one time had dated this guy and he goes, I went to Spice once and it smelled like vagina. And I went, you weren't there on a Friday by chance, were you? And he's like, I was.
Yeah.
And it's not the girls, it's the lobster, I promise you.
That's funny. And I was going to ask you about when they used to have the waffles, now it's a sandwich shop. Who works there? Like the actual dancers working in the window?
They hire different people to work the window. It's not usually dancers.
They look attractive.
The gentleman that owns the deli, it's Charlie's Deli, and he owns an actual standing brick-and-mortar store.
Yeah.
He's from France. He's married to a woman, and they have such a high turnover rate of trusting people to work that little kitchen window in our club.
Yeah,
and his wife is there most nights.
Really?
Not every night, but yeah, she's there often.
I've seen her at Charlie's a lot, but I've not seen her there. But I haven't been there that much. She's there at least 4 nights a week, I feel like. Does she work at the bagel place too?
No, she's just at our little window. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she works.
Charlie's Bagels is right there too, right?
No, I don't know. Does Charlie own the bagels place too? I just know he owns
it's
the deli.
definitely he has to own the bagel place because the logos look very similar.
He's in France right now, setting up like his apartment to be an Airbnb. And
he's doing all sorts of stuff.
I'm like, man, I need to know these people a little better because I would like to go.
I gotta have him on the cast.
Yeah,
he's in France.
He's a really great guy, and I really like his posts on social media because he deals with a lot of homeless people outside of his businesses, but you can tell he's a very compassionate person when it comes to that.
I've actually seen him at a community meeting, like the town meeting. He was there.
Yeah, he's involved. He wants to be involved in this community to help clean up the problem and not just be like, get rid of these homeless people.
I've never seen him like outside of his store saying like, get out, don't like there. That's where a lot of homeless people were when I used to walk by his place. Like he wouldn't yell at them.
Yeah, no, he's more likely the type to like feed them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah, he's been super friendly. I mean, I remember I saw him when it first opened years and years ago. I always liked Charlie's. It's like good New York style sandwiches. You're from the East Coast, or
I mean, I'm from Portland, but my dad lives in
Long so you know New York East Coast food is really good, right?
Yeah. But I don't eat the sandwiches at the club, which is great because I don't really need to be eating at the club. But I don't eat gluten and I don't really eat cheese. And everything I see, all the girls are getting like cheese bread with, and meat and all the things. I can eat the meat, but I don't really eat processed meat either. So
do you not eat sugar?
I eat sugar. I shouldn't eat sugar, but I eat a ton of it.
It's hard to not eat sugar.
Sugar's hard. It's like a drug. It's harder to quit than heroin.
It's everywhere. You can't avoid it.
Yeah.
Like you can't even go to a country where there's no sugar.
I mean, when I gave up gluten at the same time, I had been doing a lot of cocaine for several years. And I thought, well, something was making me sick. And I thought, well, let's see if it's the cocaine. I can quit the cocaine.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I'm like, maybe it's the gluten. It was way harder to quit gluten.
Yeah. Gluten's impossible to quit.
Yeah. But I did it. It was easy.
Bagels.
I mean, if you eat it and every time you get really sick, you're like, I'm not going to eat that anymore.
How do you judge like what makes you sick?
You do a lot of elimination diets. You eliminate everything and then you add back in one thing at a time.
How long do you
figure
eliminate?
out what that is?
24 hours
It's
enough?
a 21-day elimination diet.
You eliminate a food for 21 days?
You eliminate all the foods for 21 days. You only eat like plant-based vegetable stuff, and then for 7 days, and then maybe a little bit of rice, like a half a cup of rice or lentils a day, and that's it. And then for the rest of the 14 days, because it's 21 days, you add meat in, because these are all things that are not inflammatory or reactive foods. So when you add back in the reactive inflammatory foods, you do it one at a time, so you can really figure out. And I had to do this a lot of times to actually figure out what was making me sick.
I feel like the first week of doing that, your body's not going to react well at all anyways, because it's like you're not.
I mean, honestly, I got to a point where food was making, because food is medicine, but food can also make you sick. And I had such a problem with food for a while there that everything I ate for like a month was making me so sick that I just didn't eat. And you would think not eating that you would feel really low and I felt great. I hadn't felt so good. Like I had more energy not eating because all that food was making me sick.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you ever grow your own food?
No, not really.
Yeah. Try to buy organic?
I try, but not super strict with it.
Yeah.
I go through phases. Like I didn't eat red meat for a long time. I would just eat chicken and fish, or I'll just do fish. But I'm anemic, so I added red meat back into my diet. And so I try to do grass-fed beef as much as possible.
Yeah. Would you ever do a carnivore diet?
Like meat only?
Yeah.
I like vegetables a lot.
Yeah, I just figured. I made yesterday like steak, and normally I wouldn't for whatever. I put orange pepper with it, and it was so much better just putting orange pepper with the steak. Like I have no idea that vegetable, the texture of it. I agree with you. Like I hadn't previously used the pepper before. I was just a steak and a potato, but with the pepper, it got so much better.
My body craves things like vegetables. Like I can just tell, like I need to eat a salad right now. Like I need some healthy things.
Avocado.
All the vegetables, a little bit of the rainbow in your diet.
Yeah.
That's why I like smoothies, because it's basically a salad all blended up, but with something sweet to make it taste yummy.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for coming in.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, where are you working tonight?
I'm working tonight at the Kit Kat Club.
Cool.
Like I said, the voting starts on the Willamette Week today, so you got to go on there and vote for Best of Portland, Best Stripper, Best Strip Club, BJ Mcnaughty, and then come see me at the Exotica Expo, June 7th, 8th, and 9th at the Portland Expo Center.
What time are you usually dancing at the Kit Kat Club?
I'm usually there 9 to close, so 9 to 2:30 a.m.
Cool. Yeah, go out and see her. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.